Victim's family urge love, kindness as University of Idaho campus mourns. Boise, Idaho, as hundreds of students mourn together, University of Idaho Stadium Wednesday night, family members of 4 slain classmates urge them to raise their eyes from grief and focus on love and future. The only cure to pain is love. It's the only thing that will heal us. The only thing that is going to heal you, Steve Gonzalez says, the family of Kaylee Gonzalez, told the crowd gathered at the Vigil. That will make a difference, and that's something they can see where they're at right now. That will change your life a little bit. That you're a little bit nicer, a little bit kinder. Some in the crowd held each other and wiped their tears as they remembered Kaylee Gonzalez, 21, of Rantham, Idaho, Madison Morgan, 21, and Cor Adeline, Idaho, Zana Cordine, 21, of Post Falls, Idaho, and Cordell boyfriend Ethan Chapin, 20, of Mount Vernon, Washington. The 4 were stabbed to death November 13th at a rental home near campus in a quiet University of Moscow, Idaho, and law enforcement has yet to come up to the name of a person in the case. Fears that the killer could strike again has promoted many students to finish the semester by taking online classes from their perceived safety of their hometowns. As a result, similar scenes played out across the state as simulationist candlelight vigils were held in the middle of the cities. In downtown Boise, several hundred people cupped their hands around candle flames outside of University of Idaho buildings. High schools in some cities lit up their athletic fields in a sign of solidarity. Homeowners were urged to leave their porch lights as a gesture of support. Ben Mogan, Madison's father, told the crowd in Moscow that she was an only child, so everything she did was a big deal. Talking about Maddie was his pride, Mogan said, and the two loved attending music concerts together. When I would meet people, ever since she was born, they would say, "Tell me about yourself." The first thing I would say is, "I have a daughter, here's a picture of her. She's on the dean's list at college, she works hard, and she has all these friends in sororities." Madison's best friend was Kaylee. The girls met as 6th graders. Kaylee's father, Gonzalez, told the crowd, and were inseparable from that moment on. They went to high schools together, then they started looking at colleges. They came here together. They eventually got into the same apartment together, Steve Gonzalez said, and at the end they died together in the same room in the same bed. It's a shame and it hurts, but the beauty of the two always being together comforts us, he said. Zana Cordell family was unable to attend the Vigil. Ethan Chapin's mother, Stacy Chapin, fought back tears as she said she was there and her husband, Ethan's triplets brothers and sisters. Like other families, the Chapman family always tried to eat dinner together when allowed and spent countless hours talking to the kids' various sports events when they were younger. The triplets chose the University of Idaho because they wanted a small town and a beautiful campus with thriving Greek system, she said. Now, despite the terrible circumstances of Ethan's death, the family is internally grateful that we spent so much time with him, Chapman said. That's the most important message we have for you and your families. It is to make sure you spend as much time as possible with those people, because time is precious and is something you can't get back, Chapman said. Little new information has been released about the investigation into the killings. A county coroner said the 4 were likely asleep when they were attacked. Investigators have yet to find other blade knife used in killings. Governor Bradley Little announced last week he was directing up to $1 million in the state emergency funds for the investigation. The FBI has assigned 44 people to the case, half of this stationed in Moscow, and the Idaho State Police has 15 troopers helping with community patrols and other 20 investigators working the case. Local law enforcement agencies have seen an uptick in calls reporting suspicious behavior. We understand there's a sense of fear in our community, the Moscow Police Department wrote on November 27th. Since the killings, the number of people requesting welfare checks in which an officer is sent to check on a person's well-being has doubled. The university has seen an increase in people calling it Vital Care phone line to report that they were struggling or worried about someone else was struggling with an issue, the university's Dean of Student Blaine Eccles said early on Wednesday. While I personally am very confident that the police will resolve the deaths until that happens, no one is resting easy, he said. There's someone out there that took the lives of 4 of our battles, and we don't know who they are. We don't know where they are.